Are you looking to run your first half marathon?
Because you're in the right place, because here's 13 tips before you run your first half marathon. Hello and welcome to Raddysetgo, where we do parkruns to marathons, but we're talking half marathons today. So we're going to give you 13 tips on 13 tips before you do your first half marathon. This is for the beginners. If you've done a half marathon before, or you're just getting into running and you want to do a half marathon, then this is the video for you. So we're currently just doing a little off-road half marathon in Peacehaven. What are the cliffs called again?
So for the Seven Sisters, that's where we'll be heading later on.
The Seven Sisters. And we thought, you know what, we've just seen the Great North Run happen a few weeks ago, and we've had quite a few comments saying, have you got any running tips for a half marathon? So we thought we'd give you some useful tips on running your very first half marathon.
So, tip number 1, define your goal. So, coming into the half marathon, what we're going to do is we're going to set a goal. That's going to be individual to yourself, so whether that be to get to the start line, whether it's to do it within a time goal, you know, you're going for a certain time, or if it's running for charity, running with friends. Just making sure you've got that goal in mind and you set out and you know what you want to achieve, and making sure you don't deter from that goal. It's pretty easy to get caught up in the race. I mean, we've done it many times, gone up too fast, and then, you know, it's hard to keep to a certain pace if that's what you're going for. But yeah, making sure you set out your goal, making sure you know exactly what you want to achieve on race day.
So, mile 2, which means tip 2. And tip number 2 is find the perfect race. And by that, I don't mean nice and flat, and I don't mean nice and hilly, for whatever runner you are. But find the perfect race, as in time-wise. So you've got time to run that training plan that you're doing between 12 to 16 weeks, making sure you're fully prepared for that race. Find that perfect race that you can get your training plan done well and done right, because the last thing you want, you don't want to be turning up to the race unprepared, because you're in for a long day. Tip number 3, sign up to your chosen race. So, you want to find a race? Well, we're going to find a race that's in our training program that we can get to, and you're going to sign up and enter that race. It may seem a little daunting at first, but that is the first step to getting across that finishing line. And with most entries these days, you do receive a medal at the end. So just think of that finisher's medal. So, tip number 4 is don't run too fast. And by that I mean at the start, because at every single race, especially what I've been to, I have ran too fast at the start, and over time you begin to adapt to that start, but you'll feel the adrenaline, you'll feel quite pumped to be at the start line, and you may go off too fast. So you'll see other runners zooming off at the start. Don't stick with them. Do your own pace throughout. Stick to your training plan. Don't get sucked in to the race pace, because you'll feel it later down the line, and trust me, you will feel it.
So 5 miles in, time for tip number 5. So pretty simple on this, but basically train your terrain. So if you've signed up for a hilly, mountainous half marathon, then you're going to want to train the hills and get used to that terrain. But obviously, on the other hand, if you're on the flats doing a town or city marathon where it's going to be pretty flat, work with that. It's just knowing what to expect and making sure that your body is prepared for whatever the marathon, well, half marathon throws at you.
Tip number 6, pay attention to your form. Right, so do a couple of miles in and you've got that race buzz out of you, the adrenaline's gone and you're back in to race mode. So keep an eye on your form, keep an eye on your pace, keep an eye on how you're stepping, your stride length, everything you do in that training plan, implement it into your run bit by bit. Okay, so don't run over, don't run shorter, making sure everything is in plan and what you've trained for, because ultimately that is how you're going to get your best results.
Next tip, fuel your body. So with this, you're going to be putting your body through what it might not have been through before. So it's important that you need to fuel your body through this. So making sure you get all your carbs, all your proteins in anyway, by means of how you need to, if that's protein shakes, supplements, but making sure that you're fueling your body all the way through training, so that when you do get to race day, you're going to perform to the best of what your body can produce. So yeah, fuel, making sure you eat enough.
So tip number 8, staying on nutrition, is eat during your training when you want to eat in the race. Okay, so if you're having energy gels at a certain point in your training, have it during the race at exactly the same time. So you know when your energy is going to be, you know when your energy boost is going to come, and all round it gives your body more time to adapt to that training and that race. To basically stick to what you know, consistent in your training, and bring that into the race. So we've stopped off for a mid-run beverage and a croissant. Well, we'll tank the croissants. We've gone with a little, I don't know what this is even called, but it is absolutely banging. Perfect for today's weather. She's just gone back from the toilet now. Beautiful little view this, isn't it? Nice cafe on the beach.
Gorgeous.
Nice. So, right, back to the tips.
So, time for the next tip while we admire these gorgeous sea views. So, next tip is treat your feet right. Probably a bit of a subject people don't really like talking about, I don't know, but it's feet. Making sure you treat them right, you're wearing the correct footwear, especially, you know, we all have different shapes and sizes of feet, some wide, some narrow, and making sure that you're getting the comfiest and most suitable shoe to you, and you're treating your feet right, you're taping them, if you've got any blisters, obviously looking after them well, and making sure you get air on them as well, you know, when you're doing all these long runs, making sure you are airing out your feet, making sure we want to be in the best position possible going into that race, and you don't want bad feet being a hindrance.
Tip number 10, get yourself a training partner. Even if it's once a week, twice a week, just casually running, talking, just even letting stuff out that stresses you at work or at home really boosts that mood and really boosts your training, especially when you've got someone similar ability, or if you go for the same race, because you both got that same goal, you both got that same energy level, that same mindset to keep pushing through. And to be honest, it just makes the miles tick down even faster.
So next step is going to be set your kit out the night before. So you don't want to be rushing in the morning trying to find your race day t-shirt and shorts or your favourite socks. So make sure, you know, get your kit out, make sure you have everything you need, get your shoes ready, or if you're taking your energy, make sure you got your gels, your water bottles are good to go, just so when it comes to race day morning you're not faffing about trying to find everything. Remain calm and you know it's all ready, it's all set out to put on and ready to go.
Almost there. Tip number 12, get there in good time. So unless the half marathon is a walking distance away from you, most of us are going to have to drive. So get there in good time, find a nice parking space. The last thing you want to be doing is rushing, find a parking space, which we've done before, rushing to the start line, absolutely no idea what's going on. Get there in good time, soak up all the atmosphere, really get into that race mood and just basically take it all in, so you got no stresses for your 13.1 miles.
And last but not least, but definitely one of those important tips for running a half marathon, have fun. You might be a bit stressed at the start, but as soon as you cross that start line, just enjoy it. Enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy everyone that's running around you, and just have fun. This is what you've been working towards, you are ready for this. So it's important to let all those stresses, leave them behind you. Enjoy the day, have a great run, finish strong and get your medal. And that's all there is. And there we have, so that was 13 tips to help you get ready for your first half marathon. Obviously these tips aren't gospel, these are what are relative to us and what we've found personally that's helped us get to the start line of these half marathons and what helps you enjoy the event and be prepared as much as you can. But I hope you enjoyed the vlog and it will help you and inspire you to sign up for your first half marathon if you've not done so yet.
Until next time, be kind,
be happy,
run well.
Thank you for watching.